We gotta restart them.
Okay, you ready? You ready? Howdy, y'all!
Subscribe and all.
Hi there, YouTube. Welcome back to Escaping Reality. I'm out here in the greenhouse today planting some herbs for the spring garden, and it had me reminiscing about last year's garden. I've done a lot of container gardening in my life, but last year was my first doing in-ground and raised bed gardening, and I learned quite a few things, so I figured now would be a perfect time to tell you things I wish I really would have considered my first year gardening. So one of the biggest things that I really wish I would have considered has to do with what I'm doing right now, seeds. Last year there was a big shortage on seeds. A lot of people were interested in growing food during the pandemic, which was awesome, but it led to seed shortages, and even this year a lot of companies are already having delays and selling out really quickly. So one thing I wish I would have done last year was save seeds. It's super easy to save your own seeds, and one way you can prep for that now is when you're starting your seeds, make sure you start 1 to 2 extra that you let either go straight to seed, so something like a lettuce, you're going to let it bolt, which means go to seed, or you're going to let the fruit grow so that the seeds get to the optimal spot for you to save them for the next year. So that would be my first thing, is plan now to save seeds. Because even things like your lettuce, if you let them go to seed now, you can plant them multiple times depending on your zone throughout the year. The second thing I wish I would have known comes to soil. Like I said, I've done tons of container gardening in my life, and so I'm always used to getting a potting mix. And in potting mix you always see like the perlite and nice chunks of the topsoil. And that is good for containers and for seed starting, but it's not so great for amending your soil. When I started last year, I bought all those things. I bought a big bag of perlite, sphagnum moss. I got all the good additives, spent a lot of money on it, and I dug up the first couple inches of soil, added that on top, and I called it good. That's not amending soil. It doesn't actually mix in with your soil, and what ends up happening is you just get layers of all the different components as the rain separates the densities. It doesn't actually amend it. So something that you can start doing now to plan for optimum soil is composting. We started composting last year, and we have a huge batch that I'm so excited to be able to put down. Compost is one of the best ways to amend your soil. It brings back all the good nutrients, helps aerate, helps maintain moisture. So that would be the second thing. Start composting now. And the last thing I wished I really would have considered last year, my first year gardening, was growing more and growing throughout the entire season, not just the summer. Growing more simply can be succession planting, which is kind of what I've been doing in the last week or so, and I will continue to do for the next few months. Every few weeks planting a new variety depending on the days to maturing, days till harvest. I have a video I can go ahead and link about when to start your seeds so you can know that, because many times we're so focused on the summer garden that we don't realize that there is still a spring and a fall garden. So growing throughout the entire season is important, but it's so great when you can grow more plants at a time also. I love these huge flat trays to get my seeds started with. You can go into like Lowe's and Home Depot, any of that, and in the back they will actually get rid of these trays for free. Like, we got all these for free. You can just go back and grab them and check out, and they'll give them to you. So I mean, this is a great way to get started for free on growing a lot of plants. And yeah, it may be a little bit more work to pot them because these are kind of smaller ones, but if it means more food, I'm willing to put in more work. So those are my top 3 things I wish I would have known my first year of in-ground gardening. I hope to have a video coming up soon when it gets a little bit warmer and this ice finally disappears on how to start a good compost pile. So stay tuned for that, and thank you for watching.